Sunset brings another new day to the village. Villagers get ready to harvest one of the valuable products from Mother Nature. This is how the Sinhalese peasants have expressed their concern about this valuable product as a folk song.
වරදක් නැතිව ගහකට බඳිනවා දුටින් ලෙඩක් නැතිව බෙහෙතක් කවනවා දුටින් දුකක් නැතිව කඳුලක් වැටෙනවා දුටින් කලයක් අරන් ජලයක් බානවා දුටින්
may be spices-based, citrus-based, pepper-based, medicinal leaves-based, or ash-based mixtures, and some mixtures are non-specified. Materials and equipment used for these processes as well as for sap collection are location-specific. Rural people in Sri Lanka respect the Kithul tree as they receive an endowment from nature in the form of sap. Many rituals and beliefs are connected with this tree, and some of them have contributed for the natural existence of this tree species without extinction. One such practice is leaving the first inflorescence of a tree without tapping for the god, and it ensures seeds for the birth of the next generation. The Industrial Technology Institute of Sri Lanka has developed an agent named Casper, that is Kithul Activation and Sap Production Enhancing Reagent, to treat the inflorescence for tempering it. It is worth considering that the young generation is inclined to use this reagent for successful tempering of Kithul flowers. This is the composition in grams contained in 100 grams of Kithul sap. Trickle and jaggery are the main products of the Kithul sap. Unfermented sap is needed to make both of these products. Therefore, the sap collected should be boiled without delay before it gets fermented. The tappers apply a light coat of slaked lime inside the sap collecting pots to prevent microbial activities which cause fermentation of sap. The collected sap is filtered to remove extraneous matter as the first step of the trickle production process. Then it is boiled at a moderate temperature until it reaches the proper concentration. The people who are engaged in this industry know the appropriate concentration for trickle through their experience. Finally, the produced trickle is filled into clean bottles for marketing. The rest is stored in clay pots in rural villages for their use and also to supply future demands. Sometimes they make a special sack using the leaf sheath of the Erica tree to store trickle. This sack is kept nearby the fireplace to preserve the trickle for about 1 year. In villages, trickle is mixed with scraped coconut and used as a substitute for sugar to drink tea. Trickle is also used to make different sweets. It is very delicious with curd. The unfermented Kithul sap is concentrated more to make jaggery. Stirring is needed throughout the heating period. After the correct concentration is reached, the stuff is decanted into coconut shells to solidify and to get the formal shape of the jaggery. In commercial production, a wooden frame is used for this purpose to obtain a flat and square shape which facilitates easy packing, transport and storage. Traditionally, the Kithul jaggery is wrapped within dried banana leaves. Presently, polythene bags are used for this purpose. Sri Lankans use jaggery with different herbal drinks and beverages like tea and coffee as a substitute for sugar. Kithul flour is another product of this valuable palm. In the extraction process of flour, first a Kithul tree is cut down. since the primary product is obtained from naturally grown trees, which are free from chemical residues. On the other hand, the Kithul tree and the Kithul products have a high medicinal value.
ඖෂධීය ගුණ දිහා බලුවහම විශේෂයෙන්ම රක්තවාත වගේ රෝග වලට දැන් කිතුල් රාබෝනාය රක්තවාත රෝගයෙන් හුඟාකට කිතුල් පාවිච්චි කරන රක්තවාත රෝගය අඩුයි. ඉදිරි පරම්පරාවට ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වන ඖෂධ නිෂ්පාදනයේදී සිංගමාලය වගේ රෝග වලට දුර්නාම වගේ රෝග වලට කිතුල් පොත්ත කිතුල් කොළ කිතුල් මුල් මේ වගේ දේවල් භාවිත වෙනවා. රක්තවාත උන්මාද රක්ත පිත්ත උන්මාද අන්න වගේ අවස්ථාවේදී කිතුල් පිටි විශේෂයෙන් වැදගත් වෙනවා. හකුරු බැලුවහම දීවැඩියාව මధుමේහ ඖෂධ මේ වගේ රෝග වලට අපි යොදනවා. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් මස්තිෂ්කයේ තියෙනා වූ ස්මෘතිය මතක තබා ගැනීමේ ශක්තිය මේ හකුරු වලින් විශේෂයෙන් ඇති කරන්නේ අපි ඒකයි අපි මේ ආසව අරිෂ්ඨ ගුඩ ශුෂ්ක වර්ග වලට යොදලා එහෙම කරන්නේ කිතුල් හකුරු වලින් නිතරම මතක තබා ගැනීම. කිතුල් පිටිවලත් ඒ වගේ මස්තිෂ්කයේ ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් මස්තිෂ්කයේ ශරීරයේ සිසිල් කරන රක්තවාත වගේ රෝග වලට ගුණ දෙන කාමයේ රෝග නැති කරන කාමයේ වර්ණය ඇති කරන.
Native physicians prescribe Kithul flower for gastric ulcers, hypertension and migraine headache-like diseases. The mature Kithul trees are a source of valuable timber. It is hard and durable. Therefore, the rural people use it especially to make mammoty handles, walking sticks, mortar and pestles, rafters and reapers. It is widely used for many other purposes due to its strength, durability, as well as the availability. This is a ceiling of a roof which has been made out of Kithul timber. Furniture made out of Kithul timber has a high market value due to its attractive black color and durability. Different handicrafts are produced using Kithul timber and other parts of the tree as well. Mr. Wijerathna is a small-scale entrepreneur. He uses long spikes of Kithul inflorescence to make attractive lampshades. These table mats are another product of the spikes of the inflorescence.
මම නිෂ්පාදනය කරන්නේ කිතුල් මල් රැහන් ආතිතවයි. මේකට හොඳ ඉල්ලුමක් තියෙනවා. දැනට මම ලක්ෂලායයෙන් තමයි නිෂ්පාදනය කරලා දෙන්නේ. මට මේකෙන් හොඳ ආදායමක් දැනට ලැබෙනවා. මීට වැඩි නිෂ්පාදනය වැඩි කරගෙන මට මීට වැඩි ට්‍රෙන් රැකියාව දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ තරුණයන් රැකියාව දෙන්න පුළුවන්. මීට වඩා මේ හොඳ දියුණුවක් කරගන්න පුළුවන්.
The black hairs like fiber that surround the base of the leaf stalk are used to produce brooms and brushes. A very strong rope can be made out of this fiber, which is used for various activities in rural villages. Kithul trees, especially the dwarf varieties, have an aesthetic value. Therefore, it is used to add beauty to the landscape. The leaves are used for different decorations and floral arrangements. Therefore, the leaves have become an exportable item. The long spikes of Kithul inflorescence are also used for different decorations. The Kithul tree is a source of food for elephants. Kithul leaves as well as the pith of the Kithul tree provide a delicious food, especially for the domesticated elephants. Naturally grown trees, either in forests or home gardens, are used for all those purposes, but it is needed to take measures to promote the Kithul cultivation, as it seems to be a tree species of extinction. It is remarkable that government, semi-government and non-governmental organizations in Sri Lanka have engaged in promoting all aspects of the Kithul industry.
This particular variety it's called Cariata plumosa. It is one of the dove varieties which is mainly used for ornamental purposes. Kithul industry in Sri Lanka, once it was flourishing in just this country. Now it is on the decline due to various reasons. One is the scarcity of high yielding varieties in Sri Lanka, and scarcity of tappers, Kithul tappers. This is because the young generation is declined to undertake Kithul tapping, because this is highly risky job, and it should be done with devotion. And other is the present generation, they are inclined to use harmful artificial seasoning mixtures. There is also adversely effect on the improvement of this industry. Other thing is this is the sap yield is vulnerable to consumed by wild cats, bats, and some other mammalian pest. This is also a risk which is adversely effect on this industry. So we are the Department of Export Agriculture. We have a program of multiplication of high yielding varieties, and those plants are freely available in the departmental nurseries, and those who wish to have the high yielding plants, they can ask for department nurseries. Other than that, we conduct training programs, especially for growers and tappers. In these programs we distribute or disseminate new technologies and new findings. Apart from that, the Kithul industry is based on traditional knowledge, which is done in secret. Now what we are doing at present is we are gathering those traditional knowledge and information, and we comply them for the use of the next generation for the improvement of this industry.
A large number of Kithul trees could be seen in the buffer zone villages of the natural forests in Sri Lanka, including the Singharaja World Heritage Site. Kithul tapping is an income-generating activity for the rural people in those areas, and it would contribute to reduce the threats to the forest while conserving the biodiversity and sustainable use of the buffer zone. Kithul is a multi-purpose tree, but its potential has not yet been fully exploited. By considering all these aspects, effective measures should be taken by the relevant authorities to develop the Kithul industry in the countries where this valuable tree is found.
අපි මුතු මිත්තු ඉරෙන් හඳින් වැඩගත්තු